What's up, everybody? Back with another video. Can everybody hear me? Let me know. It's only says two people here, but it's all gravy, baby. It's the Equinox, full day of the Equinox. Perfect perpetual balance in the universe. It's A rise. So shout out to all my A risers. You know, thanks, Brandon. Shout out to all my A risers and everybody else in this crazy world where they just want to dim the light, suppress our energy, and keep us operating on a low frequency, low vibration, low energy, low state of consciousness, everything to be on their level. Because unfortunately, you got to be a completely low life, low spirit human being to function in this motherfucker. I'm just saying. We look around at everything and we're all like, "Oh, everything is just so ridiculous." But that lets you know that they want you to operate on the levels of understandings that they have. I'm just saying. What's good, perfect timing? You know, Equinox. It's the Equinox. Today is the first full day of the Equinox, the spring, the rising, the rise up. You know, And if you ever look at a spring, what does a spring look like? Springs. You push a spring down, it springs back up. What does a spring look like? It looks like a frequency coil. So yeah, the equinox hit in New York last night around 11:06 p.m. So today is the first day of spring, equal day, equal night, and yeah. So, but anyways, the topic today. If y'all ain't see it, you gotta be kidding me, man. You know, for them to come out and just put the news out, it's just perfect timing because it fits in with the equinox. They always do crazy shit to divide people. And what did they come out with? They came out with a gun case, right? Gun case, you know, a Second Amendment case, right for your ass, slap you in the face, you know, spit on their hand and slap you in the face with it. Whop! And then came back with another slap the other way. Boom, right and left. Because the judge rules illegal immigrants have gun rights protected by the Second Amendment. Boom, they're playing chess. Now they're like, make your move. That's what they're doing. They're literally fucking with you. Mentally, spiritually, physically, everything in between. They're letting you know at the same time that you got rights. Like, what? What? Illinois judge that was appointed by Obama, so we already know what's going on there, who actually helped, roll through some same-sex marriage garbage, but we don't care about that. People can marry whatever they want to marry. They want to marry a garbage can, a dog, cat. I don't care what you marry. You know, I can care less. It's no, I don't care about that. You know, just don't infringe on other people's rights, is which they're doing it. I just uploaded a video out of Canada, and it's going on here in America, even 10 times this bad. And yeah, about the drags in the schools. You know, drags in the school, but oh shit, this motherfucker just ran clean through the light, and they're driving a fucking Subaru. Speaking of the devil, because I'm in the area where there's a lot of Subarus. There's one behind me, ironically, and one just fucking careened through a red light turning lane right in front of my ass. And now they're speeding down the fucking street. These people are lunatics. These people are fucking straight psychotic. They're psychologically warped. They're gone. Ain't even stopped. And it's snowing out. These people are whacked out. But go check that video out. It might be still uploading, or it might upload it. I don't know. But it's a good video about a guy who tries to go to a drag show at a school, and he is not allowed in there. And it's a ticketed event, and it's sold out, which is even more alarming because I mean, there's people there. I mean, it's unreal. And again, but hey, they got a right to do it. But I mean, it's a fine line where it goes to. It's a violation of rights because the majority of people don't like it. Hey, we're in a democracy, but all of a sudden the democracy don't matter, right? When it comes to that shit. But you're in a democracy, so the majority rule. The majority of people don't like it, then you got to kind of scrap it. But anyway, that's a whole nother video. Um, that's a whole nother video. So, anyways, this is what this judge ruled, and it's Sharon Johnson of Illinois. Sharon Johnson Coleman of Illinois. Um, you know, uh, she is a judge of the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois, and they ruled on they have a right. Illegal immigrants, right, have a right. Gun rights protected by the Second Amendment. Now, this goes all over the place. It goes into, a mentality of where people are thinking like, okay, these motherfuckers are, you know, it could be some kind of war, civil war, and they're letting them arm themselves, which is kind of funny that this comes out because I've seen a lot of, I've been going to the, county building, and I've seen a lot of Spanish people, and a couple of them had interpreters getting pistol permits, getting pistol permits. And remember, in New York State, they have a green light law that an undocumented person can get a driver's license. Guess what else you can get with a driver's license? You can get a gun permit. Remember, it's commerce. Remember, it's commercial, right? So, judge rules illegal immigrants have gun rights protected by the Second Amendment. Now, where this goes is beyond me, but right now, they got a right, okay? And remember, they're just showing Americans all this stuff. They're messing with everybody, all right? They're messing around with everybody. I told y'all long ago, they're gonna mess with every nook and cranny of your life. All right. This don't bother me. I mean, this just lets you know you got rights, you know? And it's Illinois also, right? Now, when you read this, right? It's the federal judges Illinois has found the Constitution protects the gun rights of non-citizens who enter the United States illegally. This is where I tell stupid motherfucking Americans, y'all dumb motherfuckers need to stop watching the fucking news and getting all your information from the news and all your conspiracy theories from the fucking news. Okay? They're not illegal immigrants by law definitions. That's not what they're just undocumented. Or they're what's the other word? I can't think of it right now. They're undocumented. It's not illegal to come here. I don't know why motherfuckers think it's illegal to come to the United States. It's not fucking illegal to come to the United States. If they're illegal immigrants, that means it's illegal for anyone to come to the United States. Anyone from any other country comes here, y'all motherfuckers, that's not illegal. Just because they ain't got, they come and they ain't got shit, that is not illegal. Well, it's because they need to come in the right way. What's the right way? Pieces of fucking paper? Pieces of paper. So you want it to be all the pieces of paper and be done all the pieces of paper, but meanwhile, you want your rights protected and you don't want to get permits and shit for guns because you got a right to own, right, and bear arms, right? Like the logic is just not working for me because what's right for thee got to be right for me, and what's right for me got to be right for thee, and that's only fair. That's a balanced society. Now, when you're dealing with criminal elements, then you got to deal with that shit individually. If that motherfuckers want to do some illegal shit, they got to pay for the consequences. That's the society I want to live in. I don't want to live in a fucking a society where, see, people have this ideology of, oh, and I'm an anarchist. We need no government. Bitch, somebody's going to govern your ass. If you're a weak bitch, somebody's going to take your like, what is fuck is wrong with people? You cannot just turn the government off tomorrow talking about we're living in anarchy. I mean, you can, but most people ain't gonna fucking make it that believe in that shit. I know a lot of anarchists and they carry the rainbow energy with them, and bitch, you'll get mowed over. Point blank, period. You'll get mowed the fuck down. Like, seriously? This shit is real out here. It's already anarchy to motherfuckers around. It's anarchy in the hood. Bitch don't give a fuck about nothing. They don't care about the government. I see high-speed chases, shootings all day long here in Rochester. I see motherfuckers walk in the store, get whatever they want, walk out. Bitch, they ain't governed by nobody right now. They don't give a fuck. They already living in anarchy. But you got these other anarchist motherfuckers that, yeah, we're anarchists and this, that. Bitch, come to the hood and talk that anarchist shit. It's already going on in the hood. What in the fuck is wrong with people? Walk down the street and defend your anarchism, because ain't nobody coming. Ain't nobody coming. It's about to be you met with whatever is in front of you, and you better be ready. So don't talk that anarchy. We cannot turn this bitch off tomorrow and talking about some everything's gonna be peaches and cream. No, because a motherfucking somebody else at power is gonna come organize and gonna start running shit in whatever area they in. That's how the shit works. That's how humans are working right now in the current state they're in. Government disappear one day. Oh, this gang about to run this area. This gang about to run this area. These people are about to do whatever they want to do over in this area. The mafias are about to pop back up, aka government. They're gonna pop back up, start running shit. They might clean some areas up too. Look, let's get rid of all this trash, kill every fucking body. But you still ruling, bitch. You got to pay us now. We're taxing you. No, no, the government was what 8, 10%. Bitch, we 50%. You giving us half your shit, or we're gonna put a bullet in your head or your whole family's head until you give us that 50%. Point blank. Period. You know. So, anyways, I don't know how I got off of that tangent, but it has to do with all the shit that I'm talking about. Because people don't have the right mindset talking about shit that they be talking about. Not saying that I do. I might be wrong about a lot of shit. But I know when I hear a motherfucker say, we don't need government and this and that. Well, turn the bitch off tomorrow and then ask me who gonna clean up the messes? Who gonna put out the fires? Who's gonna call the ambulance for the unbalanced fucking low energy, low frequency, low the people who are demons running. Who gonna stop the demons? We? Us? Wait, we gotta stop the demons? I mean, no, you can't enact that kind of thing right now. You just can't do it. It'll be mayhem. And then people will be like, oh shit, well, I think we should no, it needs to be removed in a different way. Meaning the power that these motherfuckers hold over us needs to be pushed back. Not with a fucking picket and a fucking bullhorn or a fucking gun. No, that's the wrong way to think. That's how they want you to think so they can enact more tyranny, more regulations. That's what they want, man. That's what they want. They are begging you. This right here, they're begging you. Stop us, motherfucker. We just put hands we just put guns in the hands of people that may want to do harm to you that we propagated to you for many years. The evil Muslims, and think about it, they're doing this in the month of Ramadan. Ramadan just started. Here we go. Now you're going to see some kind of Muslim, you're going to see something in the news in the next week or two. Hands down, 100% to line up with exactly this shit out of Illinois is. 100%. You're gonna 100%. 120%, you know? So, in all actuality, yeah, the Second Amendment would apply to what Americans believe illegal immigrants are. There's a criminal element to all this shit, but hey, man, you got to understand. Y'all want freedom, it's there, you know? They want Americans to inflict what? More tyranny upon themselves. And this is right here is how you do it. Because Americans are going to come, Second Amendment supporters are going to come out and fucking be like, no, this is wrong. Like, wait a minute, what? The same people that you bitch and complain about regulating you want them to regulate another person that ain't did nothing? Like, this shit is unbelievable. I was on Facebook and seeing, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm a supporter of the Second Amendment, but this is just not right. I'm like, hold up. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what? And this is how they're fucking with us, man. This is what they've been doing to us. Remember my body, my choice? No, you ain't got a right to do this to me. And then in the same breath, these motherfuckers are out at an abortion protest, tell them they can't get an abortion. What in the fuck is going on? They're showing you everything that's wrong with the psychological minds of Americans. And and this is why they doing what they're doing. They're like, man, these motherfuckers are stupid. They don't realize that something like this opens up the door for Americans to be like, wait a minute, if they can get a firearm, bitch, and it's constitutionally protected, meaning they're going to the Constitution, which says they got a right to bear arms. Bitch, y'all motherfuckers should be all headed to DC right now and be like, y'all remove every fucking regulation that we got on our fucking firearm. Nope. But Americans are too motherfucking stupid. Second Amendments, people, all that shit. This shit is amazing to me, man. This shit is amazing to me. And I'm talking about the people that sit out there and protest and be like, yeah, I support the Second Amendment. Bitch, y'all should all be headed to DC or wherever the fuck right now and saying, wait a minute. Well, here's our bill signed by 100 million fucking Second Amendment supporters. Bitch, remove all legislation for all firearms and go back to the Constitution, to the drawing board where it says, we got a right to bear fucking arms that shall not be infringed. They ain't infringing on the immigrants. Like, what? Yo, this shit blows my fucking mind. Motherfuckers get into they could be a relationship. One of them called, man or woman, called a cop on the other one. Boom, cops come, domestic. Next thing you know, you got to give up your firearm. But you ain't did shit. You ain't get no felony. I'm talking about motherfuckers who don't get a felony. It's the motherfuckers who get their permits suspended off a non of a fucking child support, man. I mean, you got to be fucking kidding me, man. Like this right here should be every fucking person that owns a firearm that had to go through all this shit should be in up at all arms about, wait a minute, what? They could go to the Constitution for that, but they can't go to the Constitution for you. Man, please. That's what I'm looking at. I don't give a fuck about no illegal immigrant on no fire. Good. Piss y'all off. I don't care about that. That's not what I look at. I look at, wait a minute. They go into the Constitution, and I'm gonna read this shit. They're going to the motherfucking Constitution and saying that they got a right under the Constitution to have a fucking firearm. That would mean these motherfuckers can't ever tell me nothing about a firearm. If you ain't a felon and you ain't out there hurting nobody, and you're a law-abiding citizen, shouldn't nobody be able to tell you anything? But it's somebody I know that was driving through fucking Massachusetts, where the fuck that was, and facing 80 years in prison, and they did nothing. He had firearms on him. Like, what? This is like crazy, man. Crazy. So again, I'm gonna read it. A federal judge in Illinois has found the Constitution protects the gun rights of non-citizens who enter the United States illegally. Okay. U.S. District Judge Sharon Johnson Coleman on Friday ruled that a federal prohibition on illegal immigrants owning firearms is unconstitutional as applied to the defendant Herberto Carbal Flores. The court found that while the federal ban is facially facially constitution, there is no historical tradition of firearm regulation that permits the government to deprive a non-citizen who has never been convicted of a violent crime from exercising his Second Amendment rights. The non-citizen possession statutes violates the Second Amendment as applied to Flores, the judge wrote. Thus, the court grants Flores motion to dismiss. Coleman, as you know, we already know, Obama appointee, cited a landmark Supreme Court decision in New York, Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin in 2022, which established a new standard to determine whether a law violates the Second Amendment. Since Bruin, A multitude of federal and state gun control measures have been challenged in courts with mixed results. In the case U.S. versus Flores, the court considered whether people who enter the country illegally can be banned from owning firearms. Flores is an illegal immigrant who, on June 1st, 2020, was found to be in possession of a handgun in a little village neighborhood of Chicago. See, this is where Illinois, okay, this is where I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. They doing all this and they had a firearm and they weren't in a house in Illinois. Now, in Illinois, you could have a firearm inside your home and you don't need a permit, but they said you need a FOID card or whatever, which you don't need that shit. That's unconstitutional. You know, an FOID card, they say you need to possess a firearm in your home, but you don't need that in Illinois. You need a license to carry it, which it concealed. It can't be open carry. It could be concealed. That's what you need it for. But this motherfucker in 2020 had a uh had a handgun in a neighborhood. So that means he ain't even got a permit. So this is why I'm making this video like, wait a minute, hold the fuck up. Hey, wait, pump the brakes. As I go into the Facebook groups and shit, Second Amendment, and these motherfuckers are literally going crazy. And it's like, some are like, yeah, it's cool. Others are like, no. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, y'all, these motherfuckers, this is a psychological tactic. Like, it should be everyone with a firearm headed to DC, not to do anything, but to demand, remove everything and go back to the constitutional right to carry and bear arms. Motherfucking cowboy, wild west days. Bitch, ain't no paper attached to no fucking gun. Do the commerce trail, please, for me. Please. I mean, this shit, if that ain't a smack in the face, that's why Second Amendment people, I have a hard time talking to them because it doesn't make any sense to me because I understand the laws. I understand what they've done. I'm like, what are you talking about taking their guns? They continue to take your guns and they've been fucking with y'all. You know, they're making money off of it, but you got a right to bear arms at the end of the day. You get a good lawyer, motherfucker, get caught with a gun, bitch, you getting off scot-free, no nothing, because you got a right to bear arms. But a lot of them, they scare people into taking a cop in a plea because it's a lot of money involved. They don't want people to know. If the Constitution says you got a right to bear arms and you ain't a felon, bitch, get away from me. Got by. Goodbye. Adios. I don't give a fuck what regulation you put on it. There's nothing you can do. Like, it's case laws galore. I don't understand these Second Amendment people. How the fuck you don't know this shit? Blows my mind, man. Blows my mind. So he was in a Chicago neighborhood possessing a handgun. So that would be under their commerce laws, illegal handgun charge. And he's a legal immigrant. Another charge. Like, not a charge, but I mean, this is a like, okay. But again, you got to understand also, they're not legal, meaning they don't fall up under the laws of this is another thing they're not telling you. That's why I'm making this video, because it's a lot that they're not telling you in this case. People are gonna read, oh my God, oh no, oh whoa, illegal immigrant, oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh, we're going to war. Oh, bitch, y'all not thinking in the right mindset. Y'all thinking in the fucking stupid American dumbass mindset. It's a lot that going into this. Illegal immigrant. That means they're a non-citizen, meaning they don't fall under your rules. They actually do fall under the Constitution. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people, man? It's a lot that go into this. You can't how you gonna charge, for a criminal? This is what they're not telling you. It wasn't really the decision they got to write. This is how they fucking with y'all. They're not going to tell you the reason why. Well, because there's, it's unfortunate. It's not under commerce. It's not our commercial. And this is a reason why it's in a district fucking federal goddamn court. It's crazy, man. But anyways, it was in a Chicago neighborhood. He was sequentially charged with violating a federal law that prohibits any non-citizens who is not legally authorized to be in the U.S. from possessing in or affecting commerce. Boom. They say it in there, but ain't nobody gonna see that. That's what it's all about right here. What I told y'all, everything that we doing is all commerce. It's all commerce. That's what he was charged with, guys. He was charged with that. This shit is unbelievable. It's right in your face. So it says he was subsequently charged with violating a federal law that prohibits any non-citizen. If you ain't a U.S. citizen, how the fuck you gonna fall under the codes, penal code? It don't work. It's not a. It's a jurisdictional issue, right? That's why it's federal. If he was caught in Chicago by the police, that ain't federal, but it turns into federal because it goes up the chain. Like, wait, he ain't a U.S. citizen. Okay. So he was subsequently charged with violating a federal law. And I'm gonna get what he was charged with and just read it. Like I got a lot of stuff to do, a lot of videos on a computer to show y'all what we living in. I mean, a lot of y'all don't even give a fuck, but some of y'all do care. You know, I'm just trying to demonstrate what we living in, and motherfuckers is truthing and fighting for the wrong shit. Like I literally see people talking about Second Amendment when right here shows you should be on your way figuring out with all these Second Amendment buddies how to get. There's no way that this shit should be flying right now. And this is what I said. This is the power of the people. Come together on something like this case, Second Amendment people, all together and say, yo, well, hold on. We got to talk about this. And then simply create something to challenge all the shit that they got did. Because, I mean, this is crazy to me. This is just mind blowing to me. You know, it really is. Let me take a time out before I finish reading. Oh, man. And then I'll finish reading this. Mad Catter. It's like needing permission to swing a hammer. Yeah, exactly. Like what? Like they've been taking your shit and y'all ain't did shit. They've been doing it. How? Through contracts, legally, through legislation, affidavits, bills, legally. That's all they did. You know? What's good, Mad Catter, Laz, Daniel Amico, whoever else is up on here, SSJ. Need a permission. This is why I understand spiritual psychology. They do hand out free tubes of penetration. Exactly. Yeah, they should. They should be fucking celebrating. Like they should be celebrating and real and looking at, wait, how? The ones that are questioned should be coming to the ones, how? And then look at it and say, wait a minute. If somebody who ain't even fucking from here got more rights than your ass, yo, we got to talk about it. That's why I should try to tell black folks, if the Rainbow Club got all these rights, that should tell you to start looking at yourself like, wait a minute, what is going on? That's why they had to hide it with all that BLM shit. Do you know all the BLM shit came out when all the LGBT and the marriage, all that shit came out at the same fucking time in the Obama, when he had to come on because he was forced by the LGBT group worldwide legally? It's an organization, guys, big, and it has a lot of things behind it. And that was pushed through legally with documents and paperwork and said, hey, we got rights. You need to fucking using the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, which I've talked about many times and nobody gave a fuck about, which the United States signed and ratified it and said, it's not self-executing, bitch, means you need to empower it and enact it and bring it in to your own individual situation, and we will uphold that. That's what they've done. That's why there are illegals that can come here. Bitch, United States Constitution ain't in fucking play. It is, but it's the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights that's in play right now. That's why they come in legally. That's why they can't be stopped. Don't let anybody fool you. You gotta know the games they're playing. They're playing Sorry, Life, Yahtzee, Trivia Pursuit. Fucking, they're playing Monopoly, all at the same fucking time. You just got to know which one they playing. That's what it's all about, knowing which game they're playing. And it's ironic. You can't play fucking life with Monopoly rules. You can't play Monopoly with sorry rules. You can't play what's that shit you push called Trouble? You can't play Trouble with chess pieces. It don't fucking work. You got to play the game as it's fit. You can't play chess with checkers. You know, it's unbelievable, man. So give me a timeout. I'm about to take a timeout, get my good old my morning shit, and then I'm gonna, let's see. Just give me a couple minutes. Give me a few minutes. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm back. So, so yeah, this this news, this ruling, it's wild, man. It's truly wild. Wild meaning the reaction of the Americans is just unbelievable. You know, unbelievable. They're actually showing you why they're going to take your freedom. That's why it says the Federalists. My favorite quote: "Or until liberty be lost in its pursuit." Meaning, hey, you don't want your liberty? We're just gonna fucking take it. If you too stupid to see your freedom, bitch, we gonna take it. You're free right now. And honestly, if you look what they've done, they have actually made a free society. I'm just saying, innocent until proven guilty. They've been doing that since they defunded the fucking police. They've been doing that, meaning people getting like, petty crimes, shit like that. They just give them an appearance ticket. They're showing this is so spiritual. It's not even fucking funny. It's on a level to understand that spiritually you ain't ready. So you're about to be enslaved on levels that you ain't never humans never seen before. You thought slavery or if that was even true was bad. What they plan on doing us is going to be fucking 100 times worse because they gave you an opportunity. These are all opportunities. They gave all these people under the rainbow all these rights and mixed BLM in the shit. But guess what? Nobody saw it. The black folks didn't see it. Darker people didn't see it. Like, wait a minute, they got all these rights. They can do whatever, this and that. Well, what the fuck? Where are rights at? They ain't come to the table. They came to the table talking about some police brutality. Bitch, government brutality. Look at all the shit. I mean, come on, man. No, no, no. We don't want this over here. We need to change this here, this statue here. Bitch, go in your community and say, look, that liquor store gotta go. That liquor store over there gotta go. That dope house gotta go. That dope house over there gotta go. Look, man, we gotta clean this shit the fuck up for our future. Fuck it. It's collateral damage. Yeah, that's that's my friend's son out there on the corner, but hey, it's gonna do him better by getting that fucking dope house out of here. You see? Nah, you know what? Look, man, all this shit y'all selling in the stores, man, is fucking up our community, man. Nah, get that shit up out of here. Put some fucking fruits and vegetables in this bitch. Get rid of all that smoking shit. You know, it is what it is. You remove that shit, shit'll stop coming by that motherfucker. You ever seen a store open up and sell certain shit that motherfuckers are hooked on? The shit's busy. When it wasn't there, it wasn't busy. They're gonna go to where they can get it. And the government be happy to do that shit because they'll be making motherfucking money off the shit because all that will be directed somewhere else. But you could say, not in my community, fuck that. But nah, too entertained, dumbed down, and like doing the shit that they're doing. Unfortunately, you know? So, you know, it's just wild, man. Yeah, exactly. Could have got all this shit, man. You know? Maybe making a video reminding people that the Constitution doesn't give anyone human rights, but it's a purpose to protect. Well, no, it just gives you protections, you know? When your shit's getting violated, there's protections in place that people could have been using for fucking years. They're using it on us. That this case is a prime example. They're using it on us, you know? So you already got rights, human rights. You already got, that it's already been determined. There's pieces of things in play to keep that, where it's supposed to be. If they're using paper to do what they do, we'll use the paper in reverse, you know? That's what I'm saying. You got to use the tools. It's a game, you know. We know what's up, but this is a game. It's all a game. It's Monopoly. It's like I said, it's Yahtzee. It's fucking life. It's sorry. It's fucking Twister. We playing Twister in this bitch. You know, we got to land on the right fucking color. We can't play Twister with a checkerboard. How the fuck that work? You know, we can't go play Twister standing on a tiny ass chessboard. You know, so this is how it's structured. So that's how we got to play it. We could ignore it like we've been doing for years, but look where it got us. Nowhere. You know, we could been ignoring this shit. It don't get us nowhere. Ignorant creates ignorance, which creates acquiescence, which creates them to do whatever the fuck they want to do. They can come out and run a motherfucking they can come out and run a goddamn uh Mr. 19, you know? They can come out and do that when people are ignorant. And people were intelligent, they would have been like, all right, y'all gonna shut the schools down, fuck it. It's enough of us, we're smart and intelligent. We're all fucking home. I mean, I don't understand that one either. You know, I didn't understand all the people crying about schools open. Bitch, y'all all at home, figure it out. Like, what? Come on, man. That was the biggest blessing that we could have ever endured. And they saw it. That's why they're all giddy giddy at the World Economic Forum. They're like, God damn, we literally didn't lock them down, but we did. But they couldn't figure it out as a people as a whole to govern themselves for a little while and fucking make it work. Ain't that crazy? They even shut the court systems down. That's wild, man. Motherfuckers going to court in they pajamas and drawers and shit. Like, what? You know, like you could add, I mean, seriously. It's wild, man. It's wild, man. You know? So my thing with this whole Second Amendment shit is, damn, they just spit on their hand, smacked you across the face, spit on the back side of their hand, up that same hand, and smacked you back across it. And you can't even see it. That's crazy. I'm gonna finish reading that. 1 second. Trying to get a sip of this, you know. And they plan that. They plan to do it just like that, right on the equinox to get people in an uproar. Because remember, it's a spiritual war. So you got, remember, he was carrying a firearm, Flores, in a Chicago neighborhood. He was subsequently charged with violating a federal law that prohibits any non-citizen who is not legally authorized to be in the U.S. from possessing in or affecting commerce any firearm or ammunition, semicolon, or to receive any firearm or ammunition which has been shipped or transported in interstate or foreign commerce. That's what he was charged with. What does that break down to? Bitch, it had to do with commerce. In an April 2022 decision, Coleman denied Flores' first motion to dismiss his indictment, finding that the ban was unconstitutional. However, Flores asked the court to reconsider that ruling following the Supreme Court's decision in Bruin and the appellate decisions in the Third and Seventh Circuits that considered whether people convicted of nonviolent crimes can be prohibited from possessing firearms. Upon review, Coleman, this is the judge, concluded that Flores illegally present status was not sufficient to deny him Second Amendment rights. The judge said the plain text of the Constitution presumptively protects firearms possessions by undocumented persons. Like, what? like, what? I need to go read the Second Amendment again. Like, what? You mean to tell me y'all go into the fucking Constitution and the amendments of the Constitution on guns to make it legal for an undocumented person to have a firearm means, bitch, to me, a fucking U.S. citizen is something other than a fucking what we think it is, and that's a big ass problem. Because all the red tape that a bitch got to go by to get a gun is unfucking believable, and you from this land. Like what? I'm just you are a United States citizen. You can't even do what he can do. Oh, hell no. Man, you gotta be fucking shitting me, man. Don't come talk no gun talk to me, bitch, unless you got some kind of work that you about to put in to these motherfucking people to get their ass into litigation and talk about this shit by the hundreds of thousands. You can't talk to me. Don't bother. You're not a Second Amendment advocate. You don't believe in gun rights. You don't believe in no Second Amendment. It ain't no fucking way. That's gonna be my talk when I talk to a Second Amendment person. I'm gonna be like, you ever heard of this ruling? Oh yeah, I fucking heard of it. That's bullshit, man. I believe it. That's exactly what they're gonna say. Because they just programmed that way. And then these motherfuckers are gonna say, yeah, we're gonna be, we're gonna be, going up, we're gonna take up arms against, we're gonna have to, they're creating a civil war, and these immigrants, and it's gonna be that's the time to talk they gonna talk. And I'm not interested in that stupid shit. I'm not interested in that dumb talk. That's fucking retarded. That'll happen any fucking way. It'll happen in some way, shape, or form anyway. We ain't got to talk about none of that. Let's talk about what they're talking about right now. How can they have more rights than you? What you should be talking about right now. Because there's no breakdown in society. Ain't nobody taking up no arms right now. But what they are doing is they're doing this right now. Like, I can't understand that shit. I really can't. You know? I can't understand that shit. Very fucked up situation. I am powerful. They probably F with me. 1984 is going live. Oh, Wise? Shit. Shout out to my brother, lawyers. Who paid Flores Court? It don't even matter who paid. You got to look at what's out there. Look at what they're putting out there. I mean, it's wild, man. It is wild. You just can't do it, man. Like, what? That is the whole importance of everything. Is how. This is what people should be saying. Like, yo, like what? Not is it right or is it wrong? You just can't do that. You can't do that. And this goes to show you, it's commerce, it's commercial. At the end of the day, it's all commercial. So let me finish reading this. The judge said the plain text of the Constitution presumptively, meaning presumably, protects firearm possession by undocumented persons. Because remember, before all that documentation and shit was in place, right? The Constitution was here. And it said you got a right to bear arms. So think about that, you know? Flores has never been convicted of a felony, a violent crime, or a crime involving the use of a weapon. Even in the present case, Flores contends that he received and used the handgun solely for self-protection and protection of property during time of documented civil unrest in the spring of 2020. He's talking about all the protests. And you see what they say, documented civil unrest. Oh, so wait a minute. We all had an excuse. Anybody that been caught, this is why I'm talking about this, because people don't understand what they just said. And when they say shit like this, it opens up the door for other motherfuckers who got caught with a firearm around that time during documented civil unrest. They could go challenge their fucking case right now. Like, what? You believe in gun rights? I believe in gun rights. I'm just talking about the people who are, I know some Second Amendment supporters that are just like gun nuts and like, I talked to them and like I'm with y'all, but you got to understand they've been like I can't get with the whole, you know, do all you got to. When I go downtown, I see the pistol permit line, and I get the packet. I'm like, God damn, this violates all the shit, and I'm still going through it, and I'm like, oh well, you really don't got to do this. I could challenge. You could challenge every single. It says it right in there in New York State. You could challenge everything that they're telling you. You could challenge it. You could literally challenge all the steps they have you take to get a fucking pistol permit. You could challenge it, and that's even more fucking crazy. It's really unbelievable, man. It's so crazy, man. So again, it says that he used it. His excuse was he used the shit, right? His excuse was he used the shit. Hold on one second, guys. He used the shit for the documented unrest that was going on in 2020. But we've seen some people get charged with protecting their old property from the civil unrest. And I think that was in Illinois. I'm not sure. I forgot. You know what I'm talking about? The white couple with the black and white, the psychological operation that they did, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Them motherfuckers got charged for having guns on their own property, pointing them, whatever the hell. I mean, that's why this shit is so wild to me, you know? Because they put the word documented civil unrest, so that would mean it's okay. That would mean that look, if he got it, I mean, look, you a lawyer or somebody should be able to bring that same shit if they got caught with a weapon into their own case and they ain't did shit. They just got caught carrying a firearm or whatever. I mean, it's just wild. It's really wild. It's really wild. But that's what it says. It's never been convicted of a felony, never been a violent crime, right? Or a crime involving the use of a weapon. Even in the present case, solely, he said, solely for the self-protection, protection of property during a time of documented civil unrest in spring of 2020. The judge wrote, additionally, pretrial service has confirmed that Flores has consistently adhered to and fulfilled all the stipulated conditions of his release because he was released pending, the charges, right? Is gainfully employed and has no new arrests or outstanding warrants. The court determined that because there is insufficient evidence to suggest Flores um, is a danger to society, there is no historical analog that would permit the federal government to deny him of his gun rights. The court finds that Flores' criminal record contained no improper use of a weapon, as well as the nonviolent circumstances of his arrest do not support a finding that he poses a risk to public safety such that he cannot be trusted to use a weapon responsibly. I mean, I would have used possess, but they're saying use. I mean, I don't know the reasons for that. But anyways, um, and should and didn't pose a safety risk, that he cannot be trusted to use a weapon and should be deprived of his Second Amendment right to bear arms in self-defense. Coleman wrote, thus, court finds, as applied to Flores, section 922.5G is unconstitutional. The ruling is divided among gun advocates. As soon as I heard that, I went straight to the Facebook, went straight to the motherfucking uh uh to the groups, and goddamn, you should have saw the shit. Oh my, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The ruling has divided gun rights activists, with some arguing that non-citizens should not have rights protected by the Constitution. Eric Pratt, Senior Vice President of Gun Owners Association of America, told Fox News Digital his group has historically recognized the dangers of unchecked illegal immigrants. I mean, it's Americans illegally that's running around, stone cold criminals that got guns, and them motherfuckers ain't worried about that shit. They not worried about that. But you see how they fuck with us, how they do shit, how they manipulate us. I mean, it's crazy, man. You know. In this underlying ruling, the Second Amendment community undoubtedly has mixed feelings because while illegal aliens are most certainly not part of the people, everyone has see this is I tell you, when they say shit like that, these motherfuckers are throwing punches, man. I just feel that way because the people are citizens, which are corporate entities, which are slaves, which you gotta regulate these motherfuckers because they operate in commerce, and this is just what they this is how they set the system up. It ain't me. It just is what it is, right? But that's crazy. But it says, and after they says it's not part of the people, everyone has a God-given right to defend themselves against violent acts like rape and murder, he said. And that's agreeable. Everybody would agree to that, right? Of course, the courts wouldn't have decided this question if Joe Biden and the Democratic Party would simply secure the border. You know, here they go with the border shit, right? Which is a whole other constitutional shit. But anyways, that's mind blowing. And again, it happened in Illinois. And, you know, Illinois' gun laws, you know, obviously they're different from every other state. But I thought it was in his home, but he was actually walking around with the motherfucker. So he got off of a lot of shit. And a case like this sets precedents for other cases, you know, and that's crazy. It really does. So it sets precedents for other cases for Americans. Like this is a time where you can see the fucking writing on the wall that's telling you you can go. And you know what? We need to open up the door to restore gun rights the right way. You got a right to bear arms shall not be infringed. Like what? I mean, man, hold on. Hold on. Okay, hold on one second. Because there's another Supreme Court case that's going on right now, and it's, I think it's McDonald versus City of Chicago. Um, there's another one that, all right, and this one, okay, this one, hold on, let me just park real quick. Uh, there was, hold on, this writing is small. The writing is small. Exactly, it's perfect timing. All this stuff is all perfect timing, man. So you have, um, I already read the Bruin case. That was in 2022, which it was two questions left open following Heller and McDonald. Does the right to bear arms extend beyond the home, and how are the courts to assess purported infringements of the right? In Bruin, the court held that protections of the Second Amendment extend beyond the home and announced the standard to be used in assessing Second Amendment challenges to firearm laws. When the plain text of the Second Amendment covers the regulated conduct, the Constitution presumptively protects it. That's the thing, like going into all these gun issues, presumptively, it's protected by the Constitution of the United States. Like, how the fuck they got this far is because there's no legal pushback with paper, with legal frameworks. There's none. As a whole, there's not. If they're infringing on their rights, they're damaging you and they owe you for that. Well, fuck it. Well, owe us our fucking rights back. Straight to the Constitution. You shouldn't have to go inside no fucking county building, get paperwork, pay all this fucking money, wait all this time to go buy a physical fucking object. How the hell does paper and documents justify a physical object to protect yourself? Like it should logically it doesn't even make any sense when you think about it. It's if I'm about to go get a piece of fruit off a fucking tree or something, or go to the store and buy something, I gotta go. I just go do it. I don't gotta go get. Well, I mean, technically, we all did have to get permission to go to the grocery store buy what we bought. But hey, just say we was in nature. We go get a stick. We need to we need to protect ourselves. We go grab a stick. We didn't have to go get a fucking permit or nothing to do that. It's a physical object. We just went and got it. It just is what it is. We went and got it. Why we got to go through all that? At the end of the day, we can get it, but we got to go through all that red tape and all these regulations, all these fees, all this shit, get a permit so they could tell us, oh, you didn't have enough bullets in it, or you didn't have it locked this way or this way and that way, all in the name of gun safety, when it really isn't about gun safety. It's about regulating commerce. That's it. It's crazy. Exactly. Rights and rights, ESP. You're exactly 100% right. So, anyways, um, when the plain text of the Second Amendment covers the regulated conduct, the Constitution presumptively protects it. Accordingly, to justify a regulation of that conduct, the government must demonstrate that a challenged law is consistent with the nation's historical tradition of firearm regulations. Whatever the fuck they want to interpret that shit. Shall not be infringed, shall not be infringed. Right? Following Bruin, plaintiffs filed a number of legal action contesting various federal and state firearm laws. One of those cases have since been accepted for review by the Supreme Court, and petitions for the review in several other cases pending before the court. And people are doing exactly what the fuck I'm saying. They're like, yo, if you could say this, why we got to do all this? You see? But it's not enough. It's not enough eyes. It's not enough people. They could easily quash this. They could quash this. In law, they call that quashing this. They could easily do that because it's not enough eyes on it, right? The petition for review the Supreme Court has granted, pending petitions for the review that the federal government has filed with the court, because them motherfuckers will fire back. They'll use shootings, they'll use crime statistics to justify the regulations of some shits, which will unfortunately override some of the shit because they let a demonocracy take control of this bitch, right? So, cases accepted for review, and it's all under United States Code. That's another thing. United States Code. This case that came out that Coleman did yesterday was based off of and dismissed under United States Code 922G8, which prohibits the possession of firearms by person subject to domestic restraining orders, violates the Second Amendment on its face. Hold on, wait, I might be wrong. It's section 922, but I don't know if it's actually G8. Hold on, let me just make sure. I don't want to give y'all the wrong information. Hold on, let me go back. But she dismissed it under. Oh shit! Hold on. She dismissed it under. It was under section 922, but I don't think it was that exact code. Yeah, 922, section 922G5. In which I'll read that just to clarify that shit. I don't want to give no fucking wrong information. The case that's in there is under domestic violence, and I've told y'all about how they try to take people's shit when it could be anything. Order protection. Well, a motherfucker just didn't show up, ain't nothing happened, and they want you to return in your guns. You don't got to. You get an order protection, guys. You don't have to. It's a voluntary thing. They say you must turn in your firearm. Don't do it. They're never gonna come. You can't. That's illegal. It's unconstitutional. But they try to push that. And if a dumb motherfucker turns in their guns, then you just a dumb motherfucker. Because I've had a 2 year, okay, a 2 year order protection. I ain't did shit, but I just let it default. I ain't give a fuck. They said, they came with the letter. You must turn your firearm. Bitch, I ain't turning in nothing. I ain't turning a goddamn thing. Fuck. Come get it. You ain't got to. It's voluntary. The law even says that. Fuck out of here. And that's what they try to do to people. They get guns. They scare people. No, stand on your shit. Bitch, I ain't turning nothing in. Kept all my shit. Fuck out of here. So anyways, US code 922, which one was it? I just forgot it. 922G5. Well, what it states is, this is what the latest case was. For any person other than a licensed importer, licensed manufacturer, licensed dealer, or licensed collector to transfer, sell, trade, transport, or delivery any firearm to any person other than a licensed importer, licensed manufacturer, licensed dealer, or licensed collector who the transfer knows or has reasonable cause to believe and does not reside in. Hold on, I gotta zoom in on this shit small. Does not reside in, or if the person is a corporation or other business entity, does not maintain a place of business in the state which the transfer resides, except that in this paragraph shall not apply to A, the transfer or transportation or delivery of a firearm to be made to carry out of bequest of a firearm to or an acquisition by interstate succession or firearm by a person who is permitted to acquire or possess firearms under the laws of the state of his residence, and B, to loan or rent a firearm person in temporary supporting the purposes. So that's what that was dismissed. What that has to do with is straight commerce. He was an illegal, so they couldn't charge him like a U.S. citizen. G5. Look it up. It's all commercial. That's what they had to just pick one out of the book, out of the works, right? And that was G5 of 922. 922. So sorry guys, hold on, I got a text. So yeah, man, this case is pretty crazy. Um when you look at it, and it is a slap. I mean, I'm talking slap in the face to Americans, you know. Oh wait, hold on. You know what? I'm wrong. Hold on, I'm wrong again. Hold on. Oh, my bad. Oh no, he was G5. So what they did is they attached they attached 5 with G. That's why they said commerce. But just number 5, G5 just says who being an alien. That's it. Who being an alien. That's it. Is illegally or unlawfully in the United States, or except provided a subsection has been admitted to the United States, non-immigrant, da 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 da. That's it. And then they attached the other part that I read to it. So yeah. And again, it's commerce. And again, it goes back into U.S. citizen, non-U.S. citizen. And we need to know, okay? If anybody cares, we need to know, you know? We need to know if what you are. Hold on. And I've known this about a long time, right? So you have um hold on. I want to give you the case law. Because you have US citizen and US national, okay? You have US citizen and US national, okay? And what they say is a national and a citizen is the political status which recognizes an individual citizenship of the country. National is the status of a person acquires by being born in a country. Think about that now. Citizen is a legal or juristic concept. Remember, that's just a fucking concept. All right. While national is an ethnic or racial concept. A citizen is a person who has been registered under the laws made by the government of the country, while the term national indicates his or her place of birth. An individual can become a citizen of a country through various ways, that is, by birth, marriage, inheritance, naturalization, and registration. On the contrary, an individual can be the national of a country by inheritance or by birth. The citizenship of a person can be changed, while nationality cannot be changed. Think about that. Yeah, it's really pretty quiet, pretty crazy. U.S. citizens are both citizens and nationals. That's what they try to say, but they're full of shit. U.S. nationals may not be citizens born or having parents born in certain U.S. territories. Think about that. This stuff is wild, man. Pretty wild. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. So yeah, um, it's pretty wild, man. And I don't want to get into all that. It's a lot. Um, but there is a difference. Okay, there is a difference. Um, because if by definition, all right, hold on one second. I gotta go through some of my hold on. Hold on. All right. You got all right, a national. All right. Okay. A national is pertaining or relating to a nation as a whole, commonly applied in American law to institutions, laws, or affairs of the United States or its government, as opposed to those of the several states. That's what national means. All right. Now, um, hold on. Because you have U.S. national. Hold on. Damn, man, they don't do. You know what? I have bookmarks like a million on my phone, and I'm going through my bookmarks and clicking where I had the case law of U.S. national versus U.S. citizen, and I go through there, and the links are no longer available. Ain't that crazy? They just scrubbing shit off of the internet. They know people are waking up, man. Yeah, yeah, right. And one thing Obama did is he said you got a right to identify, self-identify. And this is where a lot of things, started springing up. You got a right to self-identity. If them motherfuckers could identify as a fucking frog, man, woman, she, DD, all that, you have a right to identify who you truly are. And that's one of the things. I got my birth certificate from Colorado. I was born in Colorado. I have my birth certificate. That's my birth record. I was born in the lands of Colorado. Why the fuck do I gotta present a New York State identification? Why do I gotta get your ID? If it's a union, right? If it's a union of the states, why? I mean, it just is. It's one thing we should be doing is figuring out, okay, if you were born where you're born, why do you have to be what they deem you to be? Why can't my ID state who I am? You know? I mean, it's crazy. And I already know why, but I'm just saying, start challenging them. I'm starting to gonna send, I'm drafting affidavits to send to these people. Where I want answers where it's a litigation, that can go in front of a district court, stuff like that. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, this is stuff that I want to do, that I'm learning. Like, yo, and I'm not creating shit out of my thin air. This is their shit. This is what they're telling us. Not me. I want you to clarify it. If I'm wrong, all right, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, hey, you got some answering to do. See, there's a lot of shit that's been on the internet for years where people, you want to claim this, you want to claim that. No, man, claim what's in the game. Claim what we got here. You okay? I was born over here in Colorado. That's where I was born. I got tribal family in the Carolinas. Okay, that's my family. All right. You see my father. You see his mother. You see their parents, and so on and so forth. I'm attached over here. All right. That means we have things over here. That's all connected to you. You mean to tell me they could they can land over on this bitch, take it over. They could create a United States of America in DC, stretches tentacles through all 52 states, however many the fuck it is, and the Virgin Islands, and all these other territories, and call it United States. And then the state can reach, New York State. It's only in Albany, the tiny little spot in Albany, but it can reach its tentacles all across New York State and put and implement itself everywhere. But it's just a figment of your imagination. And the state is just a commerce, right? You mean to tell me we can't connect all of our dots and say, look, this is who we are and what we are. These are where we're from. These are our lands, right? This is before you. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. No, for real, lads. I'm being serious. This is our problem. This is stuff that when I woke up, first thing I started looking into, check my birth certificate, my kid's birth certificate. And once I found out my kid's birth certificate, I went into immediately, nope, I don't know. We're not about to, I'm about to figure this shit, try to figure this out. I'm like, nope, you know what? My kids don't need to be in this indoctrination centers no more. I'm like, wait, my grandmother? I'm like, nope, I need to go figure this out. Going into Carolina, going all over the place, going to Atlanta, doing all these things, getting records, doing all. I want to find out. Some people don't care. I care. That's the thing. I care. You know, I care. That's true essence of waking up. I could forget about it, but I mean, this is a part of you, a part of me. You know, I mean, the part of you meaning me, part of you. Like these are all parts of me. Why we want to lose what we have? Everything is based off of knowledge and passing from our ancestors down to us. What the fuck we forget? This is the thing though. We forget about all this shit, right? And now what we gonna pass down to our kids? Fucking their system, their values. Well, I knew all about this, but I just chose to ignore it. Nah, not me. Fuck that. That ain't me. I just lived and just enjoyed this realm while I was here. No, I'm not with that. I ain't with that. Sorry. That's just not my thing. And you just, forget about it and just talk this and no, because then that's just gone, you know? And it is true. They say 3 generations, no one will know you ever existed. And that's true. That's why I like cultures that still to the day hold values. Them shits come from hundreds and hundreds of years, you know? So I mean, it's like it's something that we should be doing. Is like, yo, I don't want to, I don't want to. This is not a. This is, I tell people this all the time too. Like, is this a society you want to pass down and remember to your kids when you were young? Like, like I mean, it's like some people. You look at some people and you're like, man, their fucking family like tree is gonna be fucked up from 2020. And I'm glad I didn't have to, my kids didn't go through that. My generation, They didn't go. They're not gonna have that. All my kids. They're not gonna have that to pass on to their generation. They'll know what happened, but they're not gonna have all the shit they had to go through school, their parents, and no, man. Like all you guys that know this, like you get to pass on to your family, your generation that y'all didn't go through it. You was on the other side, you know? That's one thing we could be proud of is like, yo, that shit didn't affect me and mine. Nah. We didn't have to line up like a fucking herd of cattle and go get what they were offering multiple times. Only then for them to come out in 2024 and say, just live with it. We have to learn to live with it. Like, man, these people keep on the Vaseline, man. I'm like, yo, these people, man, damn, man. And these people are just unbelievable, man. It's crazy, man. It truly is crazy. And it's wild. Hold on one second, guys. You know, what's good, Wayne's World? So shout out to all you guys, man. And yeah, man, I just had to come on and talk about this, man, because it says a lot of things. I mean, there's so many things that it says. It's also telling you that they can come back. This is the thing that I close with. It's also telling you when it comes back or whatever pops off that because of the Constitution and rights, illegal aliens were able to possess guns, and they did A, B, C, D, and E, and now we got multiple, link it to with the coming terrorist attacks that's going to happen in these lands, and they're going to be done by, illegal people that entered this country. It justifies rewriting the Constitution because the money system is changing. It's going bankrupt. It's been bankrupt before. They've rewritten constitutions multiple times. So think about it, guys. And if they remove that layer, well, then they remove that to you too. You know. And another thing that Second Amendment people and other people forget: United States of America signed on to a treaty, guys. Treaty is one of the most powerful things you can sign on to, called the Disarmament Act. And the United States is on the Disarmament Act. They tried to mask it as, oh, it's for nuclear weapons and missiles. It's for fucking every other country that took the weapons used the Disarmament Act. It's happening here. They've brought it. Let me see if they brought it to court again this year. Hold on. Let me check. All right, hold on. Because 2022, when I last looked at it, said that the United States has been slow to act on the Disarmament Act treaty of assault weapons, i.e., commerce, uh, um, the commerce, manufacture, distribution, and sales of assault weapons in its country. That this stuff is real. That's why I tell people, y'all gotta get off whatever the fuck brain wagon y'all on and get on the real brain wagon and see. Look what they signed on to, man. All right, hold on. Okay, hold on. All right, it's called the Arms and Control Disarmament Act. It is Congressional Statement of Purpose. The ultimate goal of the United States is a world which is free from the scourge of war and the dangers and burdens of armaments. in which the use of force have been subordinated to the rule of law, and in which international adjustments to a changing world are achieved peacefully. It is the purpose of this chapter to provide impetus toward this goal by addressing the problem of reduction and control of armaments, looking towards an ultimate world disarmament. Guys, this is a sub chapter 1 general provisions of the disarmament arms control, chapter 35 of the arms control disarmament. All right. United States, not the world. This is United States. All right. Um, the Secretary of State must have capacity to provide essential scientific, economic, political, military, psychological, and technological information upon which realistic arms control, non-proliferation, and disarmament policy must be based. The Secretary shall have the authority under the direction of the President to carry out the following primary functions: the preparation and management of United States participation in international negotiation and implementation fora in the arms control, non-proliferation, disarmament field. Two, the conduct, support, and coordination research for arms control, non-proliferation, and disarmament policy formation. The preparation for operation of or direction of the United States participation in such control systems as may become part of United States arms control, non-proliferation, disarmament activity. The disarmament, the dissemination and coordination of public information concerning arms control, non-proliferation, and disarmament. Yeah, they don't do none of that. They show us nothing but gun movies, guns and guns and more guns. That's what they do. All right. But yeah, this is the Disarmament Act, right? Oh my God, it's got amended since all the way up to 2017. They try to talk about nuclear weapons, all right, but it's deeper than that. Let me look up something else. Hold on. States. Hold on. Okay. There it goes. The Disarmament Act. This no wait, hold on, wait, no, hold on. And look, and you know, the Congress.gov in 2022 has a bill that's passed. It was introduced and it was passed, and it was the assault weapons bans of 2022. You guys remember that? But says it right at the top: an act to regulate assault weapons to ensure that the right to keep and bear arms is not unlimited and for other purposes. It's that simple. It's that simple. That was the assault weapons ban of 2022. All right. And this all is attached to the Disarmament Act. All of it. All right. And then you got hold on. Let me go into Disarmament Act. Hold on. Because every year they have one of these. Because they're considered small arms and light weaponry. So um right there, boom. They want me to download this motherfucker. Maybe I'll just download it to read it. All right, I want to read it now. Let me read this shit. All right, where you at? Where you at? Won't load up now. See my old bookmarks? They won't load up. They just don't load up. All right. Let me see if they had one already. 2024. Oh shit. No, hold on. It's got 1 day ago. Let me see. They just had right there. March 18th, 2024. ODA director addresses regional preparatory meeting for the fourth review conference on the program of action on small arms and light weapons for Caribbean states. You see how they do it every year? Always see it. Always see it every year. Um, I gotta actually look for it because my links don't work anymore. U.S. remarks at the high-level segment of the Conference on Disarmament, February 26, 2024. See, they had one. We didn't know about it. And this was the U.S. mission to international organizations in Geneva. How many people knew about that? We didn't. The American people didn't. Some fucking TV show was on or something. The U.S. remarks at the high-level segment of the Conference on Disarmament. And I'm not about to read it all. Let me just go down. Talk about, obviously, what's going on in Gaza. Let's see if they got to the nuts and bolts. I can't see anything. I can't, so I'm not about to read all this. But anyways, I just wanted to come out and just show you guys how crazy this case is. Obviously I read it. Y'all can do your research on it, but it tells you these are the main points. It tells you, one, you being a U.S. citizen, you don't have any rights. You're just a fucking slave. And people that aren't citizens actually have more rights than you. It also shows you that anybody during that time that got caught with a firearm or whatever should be challenging their charge because they were deemed constitutional. And they even said documented civil unrest. What? Documented civil unrest? What in the world is documented civil unrest? All right. Oh shit, let's look that real quick. Let's see if we get anything on that. Huh, look at this. Well, I don't know what civil unrest. Well, no, I don't know what documented. I guess it's because it was basically deemed, you know, maybe there was some kind of document there saying, okay, it's civil unrest, A, B, C, D, and E. But that was crazy that she used those words. Then they use the words commerce. So you understand, just like when an immigrant, if they get caught stealing, they're not going to jail. They're going to go, they'll be apprehended, but they're going to be turned over to a caseworker or whoever their caretaker is because they're not a citizen. They don't have social security number one, which means You ain't got no social security number. eh, What do you got? We're operating in commerce. Your social security number is your employee number, is your business number. They don't have one, but they do get a what is it, an A number, alien number. So big difference. But yeah, man, it's crazy. But the talk should be, if they have more rights than us, we got a problem. And it should be, this case should be the president to go to say, okay, we got this. Why do we have all the red tape? Let's go back to the Constitution. And that's what I've been meaning by all the videos I've been saying is, if we woke up and became truthers and actually got out and learned, studied laws, studied these things, and then did just that, challenge all these unjust laws, really protest. I've read the legal definition of protest, redresses of grievances. That's what we should have been doing, you know. But they created all, the image of, you got a right, you should go out, and now motherfuckers stand with signs. Instead of writing on fucking signs, write on documents and go turn them bitches in. Then come out and say, we just filed, have a sign say, we just filed this shit. That would pique people's interest. People start wanting to learn, you know? I mean, with technology, I mean, it ain't hard to just look, these days, learn something, you know? So, yeah, man, that's all I got for today, I guess. But yeah, I just saw that and was like, oh, I got to do a video because this is the shit that I be talking about. They just showing you right in your face. They're showing you they're operating in commerce. They're showing, the difference between a U.S. citizen. These people got more rights than a U.S. citizen. It's a problem, man. You know, they're not subject to certain shit. It's just like if we go to their country, we're not subjected to certain different things. We got to follow the rules and the law, but we're not going to be held to what they're held because we're not under their jurisdiction of that nation. You know, same thing. Jurisdiction matters. I mean, we got to play the game. We all know what, true freedom, humans, whatever, but we're in the game. We got to play the game, you know? So, yeah, pretty well. But bringing it back into balance in the Equinox, it's snowing. Unbelievable, but it's snowing. Whoops, sorry about that. Unbelievable, but it's snowing. But shout out to all you guys. I'm about to get up off here. Got a lot to do, but shout out to all you guys. And, you know, much love. And hope everybody is doing great in A Rise. So, talk to y'all later.